Lecture topic: The Parable of Friendship.
Maulana Rum Rahmatullah Alayhi explains the importance of association in company. So he was a master at examples and using parables and examples to explain things. So he says a drop of rainwater. So the drop of rainwater, it falls into a clean hand. So now one drop, many drops falls into a clean hand. So because it's so pure and it fell into a clean hand, then you can drink it as well. You will have no hesitation in drinking it. It's the most pure water that can be acquired. But if that same water that came into a clean hand, instead it fell now into a dirty gutter. So now the dirty gutter, that will now, the association with that would drop the value of that water so much that first what was very good for even drinking, now is not even good enough to wash your feet. So the person's feet also, which is now regarded as the sort of less important part of his, in terms of his physical self, in terms of cleanliness, feet normally get dirty on the ground, but this water is not good enough to wash his feet as well. But if that same water now falls onto, one drop falls onto a leaf, sometimes this is noticed, some leaves, that water droplet just sits there. They say it shines like a pearl. But that's just shining like a pearl. It's just, but it nevertheless got something that people will admire. It's shining like a pearl. But that same drop of rainwater, it falls into an oyster. Now that oyster, that's where the pearl forms. The real pearl, it forms in an oyster. It's actually a raindrop that it sits with its mouth open on the seabed. And when this raindrop makes its way into it, it closes up. And that raindrop eventually forms into the pearl. So now this became really valuable and very expensive because this raindrop came into contact and in association with that oyster. Now the whole difference in the value and its worth all depended on its association, what it associated with. So according to the person's association, that is going to be his worth as well. He associates with people of the fear of Allah Ta'ala, people who are conscious of Allah Ta'ala, then accordingly he will also be able to, he will become very worthwhile, very valuable in the sight of Allah Ta'ala. He associates with people who are of low morals, who don't have any concern about deen, who are involved in wrong, in sin. It will drop his value as well. And besides human company, the other kind of company as well, the same thing will apply. In fact, sometimes to a greater extent, the device company, etc. If he's associating with things that are often bringing out evil, then obviously that's going to impact on him. It's going to drop his worth as well in the sight of Allah Ta'ala, and then even in the sight of the makhluk of Allah Ta'ala. Then everything goes. Allah Ta'ala give us tawfiq to be very conscious about our association, the company we keep. This is going to make a person or break a person. Allah Ta'ala give us.
अल्लाह अल्लाह कैसा प्यारा नाम है, आशिकों का मीना और जाम है।